Hello everyone, happy Sunday. My name is Rhoda and I will be guiding you through lesson 8 of our quarterly, found on page 41, Nailed to His Cross. Our memory text is found in Colossians 2 verse 14. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. And the SDA Bible Commentary says in volume 6 on page 1116, the law of the Ten Commandments lives and will live through the eternal ages. The need for the service of sacrifices and offerings ceased when type met antitype in the death of Christ. In him the shadow reached the substance. The Lamb of God was the complete and perfect offering. So we see here that there were some ordinances that were nailed to the cross of Christ or abolished at his death, but the law of 10 Commandments is eternal and is still binding. Another law, question A. How does the Bible describe a law that was contrary to us and was nailed to the cross? Colossians 2 verse 14. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. And Ephesians 2 verse 15. Having abolished in his flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace. So we see that there were some laws of, it says the law of commandments contained in ordinances. There were some ordinances that were abolished at the death of Christ. Since the principles of the 10 Commandments existed in the perfection of Eden, how do we know this description cannot be referring to that law? Genesis 1 verse 31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So we know that the moral law, the law of 10 Commandments, existed at the time of creation, and at that time everything was very good. So the commandments must have been, the 10 Commandments must have been good. Question B. What are some of the specific things contained in this law of ordinances? Colossians 2 verse 16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat, or in drink, or in respect of a holiday, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days. And 21. Touch not, taste not, handle not. So we see that some of the things were things concerning holidays, new moon, Sabbath days. This does not refer to the seventh day Sabbath, because the word day is plural, not singular. When the Bible is referring to the seventh day Sabbath, it refers to it as the Sabbath of the Lord. It refers to it as the Sabbath, not the Sabbath days. Are these Sabbaths and other laws connected to the original moral law given at creation, or are they a shadow of an event that was to come in the future after they were given? Colossians 2 verse 17. Which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ. So if you consider that Colossians, this verse I just read from Colossians 2:17, and the verse from Colossians comes just after the verse from Colossians 2 verse 16, we see that the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come. So these Sabbaths that were referred to in Colossians 2 verse 16 were the Sabbaths or the Jewish festivals that foreshadowed the life and death of Christ. From Patriarchs and Prophets, page 48, we read, in Eden, God set up the memorial of his work of creation in placing his blessing upon the seventh day. The Sabbath was committed to Adam, the father and representative of the whole human family. Its observance was to be an act of grateful acknowledgement on the part of all who should dwell upon the earth that God was their creator and their rightful sovereign, that they were the work of his hands and the subjects of his authority. Thus the institution was wholly commemorative and given to all mankind. There was nothing in it shadowy or of restricted application to any people. So we see that although the ceremonial and the ceremonies and the ordinances that foretold the life and death of Christ were abolished at the cross. The seventh-day Sabbath, which is found in the Ten Commandments, which has existed since creation, is still binding on us.